What's up, guys? I'm going to do a sort of distance shooting with my Byrna TCR. This is modified. I have a shaped breech in here. I put a remote line on here using a Tip-X remote line adapter and some brass pipe fittings and stuff. And then this is just a basic HPA tank and a hose and stuff. I'm not really concerned with Joules right now. I have an empty CO2 in the front because if you don't put one in there, you'll just leak all the air out. This is already pressurized. I just want to use up the rest of this tank. And right now I'm going to shoot rubber balls, but I'm going to move on to these. And I have my other tank, CO2 tank, just in case this air tank runs out. But that's the goal of this video, is just to empty this out and shoot this TCR. This is about 8 footsteps away, and yeah, I'm just gonna get going. I'll probably chrono a couple of them, and I'll let you guys know the joules and stuff. I'm gonna start off with these, and these are like 3 grams or like 2.9 grams. All right, you guys, I'm just using the iron sights. I don't typically use red dots and stuff very often, but I'll just see what this does right now. I'm aiming for the bullseye. 336. 344. So this isn't that strong right now because it's on HPA and I don't have 1,000 PSI output. Tank 342. 346. 346. So I'm just going to mag dump on this thing. I'm not sure how many more rounds I have. Alrighty. Alright, next mag. I'll just zoom out a bit and show you guys this kind of angle. So these rubber balls, a couple of them started like veering off to the left and veering off to the right because they're rubber balls. So pretty much hit this thing every single shot. And yeah, this is a target I was using with BBs. So I'm going to switch out the target. I'll be right back. All right, you guys, I'm rolling with the Alien Play balls right now, 7.2 grams, and I'll see how it does. All right, I'll chrono a couple of these. This air tank is running low, but I still want to see what this is doing. 7.2 grams. Right in the middle of the eyes, 212. So I think that's like 18 joules or 16. 210. 210. 208. So it's pretty much staying in that like 210 range. All right, next mag, I'll chrono 212, still hitting that 210 area. 210, so that's cool. I got 5 more shots in here. This is that target getting destroyed, and I got a lot of headshots. I was just kind of aiming for his mouth, and these don't go to the side and veer off left and right and stuff as much as the rubber balls. They actually don't veer off to the left and right at all. They stay pretty true to where you're aiming, especially in the TCR. And I'm going to switch out the target. I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, I got Grimberg Joule V3s in here. These weigh 7.7 grams, and they are, mine are like 682 to 684. This tank is almost out. It's about 600 PSI. I'm going to change the target, and I'll be right back. Alright, Joule V3s. HPA tank's getting low, but that's the whole goal of this. I'll probably switch the CO2 tank if these numbers keep going lower and lower. So first shot, 210. I'm gonna go fix that. Second shot, 216. All right, third shot, last chronograph, 210. So I'm just gonna dump on this thing and see what it does. Alright, so this thing is getting cooked. Yeah, I'm like 24, no, 8 times 3, 18 feet, 19 feet away. Even with low velocities, it's pretty much staying on point. So I'm gonna put this back and I'm gonna mag dump this last one. Alright, 7 more rounds, same target. Alright, you guys, this is that target. My first shot on the second mag, I was just kind of hip firing, sort of, like not really aiming that well, just pointing the barrel at what I assumed it was going to be shooting at, and then just kind of corrected my ammo, or corrected my aim. This thing is pretty much empty. I'm going to degas this. It's still pressurized. I turned off the valve, but there's still air in the line. So instead of dry firing with the TCR and with the Tip-X, you can push the PRV in the back. So there's a pressure relief valve back here, and you can push that with the Allen wrench. So see that hole right there, the set screw? So there's the brass pipe, and then to the right of it, kind of in the middle of the screen, there's a set screw in there. You can get an Allen key and push that to depressurize it. You can also lift the CO2 door, but I don't want to do that right now because it's fully pressurized and I don't want to dry fire this. So once you get that Allen key in there, it's in there right now, you just press it, and that let all the pressure out of here. If you do this, it'll be kind of hard to do to pull that off, and you'll have a bunch of air escaping, and you run the risk of blowing out your O-ring in your remote line. There's an O-ring in there, and if you just lift this, you could possibly pop your seal in here. Hasn't happened to me. I know how to take this apart and fix stuff, so it's not a big deal. I don't have to send it in or whatever, because I know how to mess with these, because I have 2 Tip-X's and this TCR, and they're basically the same internally with the seals and the O-rings and everything. Pretty much the same. Some slight differences, but they're all pretty much the same. And so yeah, now I have that empty, and this is depressurized, and this tank is almost out, and that's the goal of this video basically. So yeah, lit this thing up. I'll use the CO2 tank. That CO2 tank I have, it's like half empty, so it's not going to be putting out crazy numbers, but it will be stronger than this HPA tank, and I'll show you that right now. It should be anyways. I'm assuming it's going to be. And yeah, I'm going to use this and just get some chrono numbers. I'll use these and show you guys what's going on. So I'm not going to mess with the velocity adjuster or anything. I just want to hopefully this thing will outperform, because it's only at 50% full capacity, and that's CO2 is really dependent pressure wise. It's dependent on the temperature and the capacity at which the tank is full. So it's kind of cold out here. It's probably 60 degrees maybe, but yeah, I'm just gonna change this tank and I'll be right back. All right, you guys, I have 10 in here, I have 7 in here. I put 10 because that shaped breech that's in there, it only has 1 detent, and sometimes the balls they double feed sometimes when I have it completely full. So this is pressurized. There is an empty CO2 in the front, because if I was to do that, you'll just hear a bunch of leaking because all the air will just fly out the front. So I'm going to get this set up. I'll be right back. Forgot to mention, I did weigh that tank yesterday, and it weighs about 200 grams more than when it's empty. So it is only like at 40% capacity. So here's the Chrono, here's the TCR, here's the airline and stuff, and if I hit higher than 216, I'm assuming I will, but I don't know until I shoot it. 236, those are the Grimberg Joules V3s. 244, 242, 242. So yeah, right now the CO2 is performing better than the HPA. and that's typically how it works for me. I don't have any super high pressure HPA tanks, like over 800. I'm in the process of changing those washers out, and that gray one's next. So yeah, this thing's pretty good launcher. It's expensive as hell, but you get your money's worth. You don't have to really do anything to it to out of the box have it hitting really hard. This isn't even turned up very much. I have gotten it to hit like 53, 54 joules before, pretty easily with this tank. Usually with my HPA tanks, I can, if I max this velocity out, I can get about 30 joules out of this, like all the time. And if you're just using a CO2 cartridge, you probably get like 40 joules the first shot or two, and then you'll go down about 4 or 5 joules each shot after that. So if you're just using a 12 gram CO2, which is how most people run that, and I can air that up with the CO2 canister, and it won't leak out the back because that remote line adapter, it has a check valve on it, so it'll prevent CO2 or pressure from going out of it, so it only lets air go in. And yeah, that's it for this one. I'm just going to get all these Joule V3s. These things have been chiefing it. I haven't had any issues at all with the Joule V3s. No cracking, no deforming, no like weird stuff happening to them. They've just been trucking. I mean, they have little like lint and stuff attached to them, but none of them have cracked or deformed or like broken in half or anything like that. And I see that kind of common with the Smashers, Smasher XL, the AR Tactical Joules, and I don't have any of those, so I can't say firsthand, but just from some videos I've seen, they aren't as durable as the Joule V3s. I'm not going to be the guy that is smashing them with I'm not going to buy Smashers, I'm not going to buy AR Tactical Joules. I have plenty of rounds, hard and different weights and stuff. I feel like I have plenty for what I do. I'm not going to be like testing every single damn thing that's out there because there's so much stuff. I probably spent, with the 50 cal stuff and this 68 caliber stuff that I have, and stuff I don't use very often, but I have it, I probably spent $400 or $500 on different rounds, so I feel like I'm good. Like, I don't need to keep buying that type of stuff, and I haven't seen huge differences in like bore matching and stuff myself. Like, maybe I'll get half a joule or 1 joule or something increase. So for me, that's not really like worth spending another like $80 or whatever. But yeah, I mean, everyone has their own opinions on that, and mine is I don't need to. So eventually, if I lose all my Joule V3s, or I lose the alien plays or something, I have another bag of these in the house. Like, I really don't need to buy any more 68 caliber ammo. I have a bunch of nylon balls. I have these. I have MCS Devastators. I have a lot of stuff. The 11 gram riot balls. But anyways, thanks for checking this one out, and see you guys next time.